Gamma we already did. Language we already did. Alright, let's play the game. Let's play the game. Jusant, a French term, nautical term for a receding tide. What's the French term for a receding hairline? Jus au bouffon? Fucking hell. It's funny that I was pronouncing it as Jusant as a joke, because it seemed like a French word. Le Dep, my hairline's fucked. It's actually fucked. I'm actually scared of shaving my head. You know when people shave their head when they go bald and they have like a little bit of stubble? I'm scared of shaving it and just seeing how bad it is. I'm probably somebody that has to go full on slap head bald, like razor blade bald, because otherwise you're gonna see how bad the hairline would be if I actually had hair. Like, it's gonna be that bad. I'm gonna have to go actual slap head, fucking toilet plunger stick into your head, bald. Alright, we got a little COVID, what do you call it? Nebulizer? What do you call those things that people were breathing through? We got one of those. We got some Inuit goggles. What do they call them? Those are the goggles for seeing in the desert, but it's normally snow deserts, right? With the little, like, lines on them. How's the volume? I feel like it's quiet. It feels like a very quiet game. Should I nudge it up a bit? I remember when they showed this game at Summer Game Fest, and they showcased about 2 minutes of the game, maybe? And most of it was just climbing. And I remember saying it looked like a Death Stranding indie game. Like that anime Stranding, if you've played that. That's a crab. Is he fighting the rock? Squash him. Okay. Alright, so the tide has receded like my hairline, and we're on the seabed. And we gotta climb the big coral things? This game's only about 3.5 hours long, by the way, so it's probably just gonna be a little bit today and a little bit tomorrow. We've got BB, little Lou, on her backpack. There's a crab! Alright, let's see what controls we got. It actually doesn't seem to be running at 144 frames per second. Maybe it's one of these games where Ultra is kind of an unnecessary thing. It actually feels to me like it's running a little bit laggy. Maybe it's something to do with this. That feels instantly better. I think it's gonna be one of these games where you have a load of stuff to collect as well, right? Oh wow, you use the grippers. You got the little 3 points of contact grippers. How do I get my rope back in? Whee! Cool. I don't know how she's removing the rope from the hold at the bottom, but I'll just go with it. These carabiners automatically secure you to... Okay. Jusant speedrunner. Let's go! there any other buttons? Oh, you can, like, shoot the thing out. Cool. And you can't climb without it. It automatically, like, attaches itself, so you can't save that time or, like, anything like that. That's really cool. If you want to go left and right, you have to release the hand that's on the side you want to go to. Is there a kitten? Alright. Oh my god. It's actually really cool. It's a really nice system. Place a python? The only reason I know what a python is— oh shit! The only reason I know what a python is because of Dungeons and Dragons. In the climbers kit, you get pythons, and it's also how Conor McGregor says the name of that snake. It's a python. I got shoes made out of python. It's python skin shoes. That's how he says it. Right hand gauge represents your stamina meter. Fuck the stamina meter, I'm not looking at that shit. I got pythons. If I have both hands on, do I regain stamina? No, but it just doesn't drain. Okay. Oh my god, this is actually fucking serious. Ooh! L3 to rest. Oh wow! Hold to place a python. Okay, okay, okay. Jump. Oh shit! Alright, we gotta make it up. We gotta make it up. We gotta jump on this part, the shortest part, right? Hold to jump. Release your hands. Use your pythons. And then the rope is getting fucked. The rope is getting fucked here. The rope is running out. We're running out of rope. It's going red. We need to get to the cliff edge. Suck that rope back in. There you go. Still feel like it's a little bit laggy when I'm on the landing parts. Maybe because there's more to render. I'm gonna lower it a bit. I don't think there's a reason for this game to be in like maximum graphics mode. Like maybe let's just go with global illumination would be a big thing, right? I think this will be fine. Like it doesn't look any different. I'm trying to look for letters, because I feel like that's going to be a thing. I ain't finding anything. Do we just keep climbing up? Like with limited amounts of buttons that you can press and stuff like that, it doesn't really feel like there's any letters here at all. Unless you have to really explore in the little landing sections. The climbing's fucking amazing, by the way. Like, this is probably the best climbing I've played in a game since something like Shadow of the Tomb Raider. There's a letter.
Another sleep turning over stones at the old delta. 2 belay stations for parts.
What does 2 belay stations for parts means? A good catch. That should be enough to reopen the route to the old cape. Otherwise, it's all smooth sailing. A couple of old lanterns I think I can revive. Folks used to throw this stuff away. Oh, and I finally caught an old knitting machine for Ennio Morricone, who's been asking for one for cycles. Not in great shape, but we should be able to tinker with it. Still not sure how I'm going to haul it up to low tide, though. Got some crunchy sea boogers on the ground. There's a crab. He's fine. He's chilling. Where did we just come from? That landing? Alright. I guess we're going down? Oh shit, this game's fucking sick. This game's actually sick. What the fuck? I was playing this kind of as a joke. It's actually sick. It's actually sick. It's not gonna be game of the year for me, but like it's fucking game of the year for somebody. This is sick. Look at this shit. Let me reel in my little rope. Can I place a python? The fuck is this? Whee! Dude, I'm back in the cave, but now I have a rope. I'm going back up. Fuck this. Reel me in, boys. Alright. It's a banana bread. It's a conch. Did you know that if you hold an empty bottle of whiskey up to your ear, you can hear the alcoholism? Does it make any sense? God's sake. I'll work on it, right? I'll work on it. It'll be a good joke eventually. It'll be a good joke eventually. We just gotta give it more time to cook. Are we just listening to sounds? Is it just being an art game right now? Alright. It wants me to hold to quit though. Alright, fuck it. We're holding. We've had enough art game. If I jump off this, do I just die? Or fuck it, I'm trying it. Oh, you can't just jump to your death. Come on, game. Come on. Where's the stakes? Where's the stakes? You know, in Tomb Raider, one of the things you could do when you were climbing is instead of climbing normally, you could just like jump. And then in Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they made it so you couldn't really do it as effectively. It almost went from like an unintentional skill in the first one in 2013 to being something that you could train and like master in Rise of the Tomb Raider. And then in Shadow, they left it in, but they made it so jank that it's not worth doing. Like if you mess it up, it's like a bigger problem. And it's not even like that much faster in Shadow. If there's ever a horizontal climbing part where you're on the bottom of a ledge, it doesn't really do anything. Alright, Yeek, how are things at the sawmill? Business has been slow at the restaurant. Almost no one came to last music night. Even though people are climbing down from all over, I know we don't play the shells anymore, but still. Oh wait, there's a next page to that. I was thinking that adding scaffolding to the side of the upside down cliff might help steer passers-by this way. I miss seeing a packed patio. Can you take care of it?
Nothing is impossible.
Rare Parrot. Tortimer, thanks for the 67 months. Jesus wept on his cross. 67 fucking months, Tortimer. Come on, boys. And 21 months is, that's since I restarted streaming in March last year, right? Isn't that right? That would work out to being 21 months. If you count this as like the start of the month. When I started streaming back in like March 2022. End of February. Wow. Anyway, what up, Tortimer? We're playing climbing game. I got a baby dog on my back, I think. Hey Mo, listen, these things happen. I hope one day you'll ask me to do something besides taking boats apart to make ladders, like I'm free for a romantic dinner for two. Hold up. Hold up, lovers? Anyway, all good for your scaffolding. Since the village approves, I don't have much wood to choose from. After the new path to the plain I had to build, but I still have a wreck or two left over. I'll get to it when the currents allow. I owe you one, thanks. You're the best. By the way, do you ever run into old Sonia? I think she's rummaging around in your arena right now. If you see her around, do you mind telling her I need a new hob for my oven? Mine's taking on water. In the meantime, set sail for the restaurant. Not sure how romantic it will be. You can always share a half-cooked meal. You know how they're saying set sail for the restaurant, and then they're saying, like, are they using that just as a term? Because obviously all the water's gone. Right? And they're talking about wrecks and using wrecks to build ladders. So that has to be people that, there has to be people that have, I don't know, survived whatever global disasters happened. Where am I going? Oh, it has a line to tell you. Get climbing. Got him. What the fuck are these? Little pobbles. Little pobbles. I love little pobbles. This game is fucking sick. This is just the sawmill again. Like, you can see the saw table. I wonder why it does this. Is this just like a way to get back to the areas that you've been to? I don't really see a point in this. Give me back my rope. Look at these little guys! Little pobbles. Oh shit. Alright, I guess we're still going up. Place a python. What did it say? Hold to load the jump. The climbing's actually really good. Like, there's no way you're playing this with a mouse and keyboard, but with a controller, the climbing feels really natural. Like, really, really good. That's a swang. You basically use right and left analogs, right and left R2 and L2 as your hands. So if you're grabbed on and you want to move to the left, you have to release your left hand and then like swing your body. It works really well. And you can get away with just holding up and then spamming the shoulder buttons if you want to. That also seems to work.
It wasn't until I started my shift to prepare for the crossing that I realized it's my last crossing to supply for Merolia. After that, folks will have to make with what they have.
Wait, Turtle's here. I gotta do the...
What I wouldn't give for things to go back to the way they was. Seeing smiles on people's faces and little uns climbing the cliffs and diving into the waves. And us water fishers learning to fish again. All the things and the old folks tell us about sleep after sleep. But enough of this yearning. For old times, I got a desert to cross and a caravan to prepare. It's not gonna prepare itself, if only.
There you go. Put me in, coach. Put me in. I'm ready. I'm ready for voice acting career. It's funny that there's actually quite a few streamers that have been in games now. Carnage has been in 5 games, as a voice actor and a motion capture person, and I don't even know if they were paid roles. I think he was just in them. And then there's a couple of like voice actors who stream now, who have went back into voice acting. Anime ones and stuff like that, right? I'm gonna leave the hints on, because I feel like I need to learn where to place my pythons. Maybe I take the hints off, I don't know. I don't really feel like stressing myself out with trying to remember all the buttons in this game. Like, I'm kind of fine with not doing that. This game is fucking sick. It's only 3.5 hours long, apparently. And I'm assuming that's with collecting quite a lot of the collectibles. Alright, maybe I want to double jump here. I think that python was stupid. Let's remove that python. Oh! Alright, maybe we do. What do we do here? Okay. Oh! Put your python to table over there. Wait, what? Your point? Oh, or your pie? Both? Oh shit. We gotta rest. Or we're gonna die. Right, shake it off, baby. The rope is getting stretched as fuck, though. I don't know what we do if the rope gets super stretched. It hasn't really explained that yet. Placing a secondary python anchors you if you fall. I'm not gonna fall. What do you take me for? Alright. Does this game have a photo mode? Oh, it's like a perfect photo mode game. Consider yourself lucky it doesn't have a photo mode, okay? That's all I'm saying. So, the people who lived here actually did take apart the wrecks of boats and turn them into ladders. But maybe they knew that the... Is there some snakes over there? What the fuck is that? Maybe they knew that the water was receding, so they had to change course on what they were doing, and that's why they eventually abandoned the place and chose to go away across the desert. Look at this game. This game is beautiful. I'm not gonna say it's easy to run, because in maximum settings, I am actually like getting about 90 FPS, and it was stuttery when I had it on completely full settings. Look at this little guy! Oh, look at it! Look at it! It's fucking fat. It's like a little fucking Digimon. What's that Digimon that looks like that? It's like a little ball guy. Look at him! Oh my god, look at him go. He's fucking terrified. He's terrified, brother. Look at him go! I love him. I want to kick him. Like, I really want to... I feel like it'd be a really satisfying kick. Like, just feeling your foot connect with his soft little bod. Just, like, firing him into the waist. I feel like it would be really satisfying. Oh, I don't know. Alright, let's get down here. A cairn? I want to boot this cairn. Can I boot it? Can't boot it.
Hey, Bianca, you must have cashed off for who knows where. I went back to the postal relay, still no water, surprise, surprise. Sally and Faz are still sorting through everything by hand, and I've gotten roped into helping with deliveries. Me, on Pebbleback? You can imagine what a sight that is. Even I'm laughing at myself. Still, why not, eh? It's a fresh start, and I quite like seeing the world as the mail comes in. Well, it would be nicer if these fucking... This damn pebble would just change course when I ask it to. I'm telling you, it's stubborn. Worse than an old yam. Honestly, though, what a nightmare. Anyway, I'm gonna miss the tide at this rate. I left it in my order.
Is that good? Is that good voice acting? I think a pebble is some type of horse, right? Or some type of bull. And a yom is like an ass or a goat or something? I don't even know. I think we've explored enough here, right? We're meant to be finding letters on the outcroppings and then continuing to climb up And like I said, the game's very short. It's like 3.5 hours if you just go all the way to the top. I don't really want to rush it. Is that an upgrade? That might be an upgrade for extra rope length. No, it's not. Alright, logbook 12 octaves after the Jusant. I'm finally leaving. I'm so happy I couldn't slip a wink. At the old harbour master's post office, a note caught my eye. It sounded like poetry. Expedition to the clouds, seeking hope and water. Join us at 12 octaves. Becca and Arlo's farm, Highfield, to journey together. After spending so long marinating and trying to find meaning in life, it'll do me good to see the world, as Emmy would say. Hopefully you'll be stopping by her hut. Just the thought of seeing her again is enough to tell me I'm making the right decision. With any luck, there will be other adventurers leaving from low tide. I don't want to make my way to the meeting point with the rest of the expedition all by myself. The only time I ever left there was for the harvest festivals, when I was just a small fry. So an expedition for the clouds... Wait. So an expedition like this is no small matter. They want to set sail for the clouds. What does that even mean? Are they just like climbing higher and higher, looking for water and whatever? Like, what is the lore here? It says after the Jusant, and an octave might be like a month? Maybe an octave is a month, or maybe an octave is like... I mean, an octave sounds like 8, so 8 days, so it's like 96 days after the Jusant. Oh no, my parents, I forgot about them. What am I going to tell them? Hey folks, I'm off on an adventure, see you around, and only if I make it back alive. Of course, Bianca dear, don't forget to bring snacks. I'd better not say anything, and I should bring snacks. What else? What do people normally take on this type of trip? One thing's for sure, what's a journey without a logbook? I've got it covered. I plan to make like the expeditions that set off for the salt plain in search for springs. In search of springs. I'm going to scatter my journal entries along the way for anyone who might come across them, starting with this message. Farewell, my lighthouse. You welcomed me with wonder and have kept me company as I've pondered too much. You've always been there for me. I'm leaving you to the weave beaks. Will watch over you from the sky, and to watch over this message, I'm leaving one of my creations. Adventure calls Bianca. What's the creation? Oh, it's the little thing on the table. Why didn't they give you a photo mode? This is like perfect photo mode game. Like it genuinely is a perfect photo mode game. That must be one of the weed beaks or whatever. What do they call it? Yeah, weed beak. Alright. Let's keep going up. I think that might be it though. I don't think you can get any higher than this. Yep. Yep. Oh shit, wait. You can get higher. Huh. There is a way to get higher, but I don't see it yet. Nah. Having a photo mode just for the free camera to make it easier to navigate would like really help. Really help. It kind of feels like you're meant to be able to double jump up to that, but there's no way to do that, right? Unless we reel ourselves in a bit and then... Nah. You can't do a double jump from a python? Nah. Hold on. I got this. I'm an expert climber, right? What about we do this? And then... There has to be a way. There has to be a way, right? This is about as high as I can get. And then this is about as much looseness as I can get on the rope. Nah. It's impossible. Maybe it's something when you come back and you're on like New Game Plus. It's a 3.5-hour game. Maybe that's how they built in replayability. Nah. Even at the like apex of the jump, you can't get any extra. Do I give in? I feel like I just give in. Oh wait. Come on. What the fuck? Climb. Oh my lord. It's non-New Game Plus. This game is sick. I thought this game was gonna be a joke. I actually genuinely thought this was gonna be a joke. And I was just gonna like play it for a meme. I'm actually enjoying it. What's wrong with me? I really, truly thought this was just gonna be a complete joke of a game. Like, even, I even remember mocking this when we saw it at the Game Awards. Or, the Summer Game Fest. It's really good. Oh no. Oh shit, look at that animation when she like kicks off. Alright, hold on. I gotta grab. I gotta get this to my level and I've gotta grab it. There we go. Oh, you motherfucker. It's really funny that like when I'm playing this, I'm immediately thinking of people that would actually enjoy this game a lot. Even people that I don't know too well. Like I follow a concept artist who constantly posts about climbing and like different things that she's trying out, and she's been climbing for about 5 years. And I know this is her style. This actually looks like her art. She worked at Blizzard on an unannounced project that I think got cancelled, or maybe like hasn't been announced yet, but they've let that team go. And she now works at Bungie. She now works for Bungie. What is this place? Windmill and like some goggles. Some fruit pots. And ask Mo for help, but it's no use. The door won't budge. There's no way of knowing how its inner mechanism works. Does it have anything to do with the lost ocean? Mo isn't much of a handyman either, but you'd think we would have been able to figure it out between the two of us. We had to weigh anchor. He had to weigh anchor a date, he said. It's true he did seem rather dressed up to tinker around, rather perfumed too. None of that answered my question. Oh my god, even with the dyslexia font. I've explored you from deck to hold, and I'm no further along with when I started. I still don't know what you could have been used for. My lighthouse. Your paintings seem to allude to water falling from the sky, but pff, that's pretty vague. Now what am I supposed to do? Have they never seen rain? Have they just never seen rain? And they're like, these are the descendants after the Jusant happened? Climbing. Also, what's on my back, right? What is on my back? You can see my little yellow pythons. You see my little rope thing, but what is the blue guy? I think she is talking about a person though, right? When she says I've explored you from deck to hold. I think that is what they're saying. Put your dick in it. Look at it. It's like dick shaped. I'm making this game way lewder than it should be. It is an ornahole. It's a fucking tanga, dude. Oh my god. I don't think we're getting back our conch shell. There it is. Look at him. He's a little octopus, man. He's actually cute. Look at him. He looks like a pair of butt cheeks with eyes. So that's the door they're talking about that they couldn't get in the door? Is it this? I didn't see a door inside that looked, you know, locked or anything. Could have been anything, I don't know. Does that mean I'm 1/5 of the way up the big tour? I wasn't even gonna do this part. But I'm enjoying the game so much that I decided to explore this part. I was gonna go back into that place where the lizards were. Oh god, my GPU's chugging now. Look at all this grass. Chapter 2. Well, I think we're gonna rope swing back, it looks like, or flying fox our way back in. Little dude is on my back now, though. That's cool. And we grew some plant life. Did you see my hands there? I'd like crisscrossed applesauce them. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we just go back. This is really dangerous for the baby. Far too dangerous. Super dangerous. We just hit like a fucking Elon Musk fucking Skynet satellite dish. Whoa! What the fuck? I want to go back down. I'm scared. I'm scared. I want to go. A little baby on my shoulder. Doesn't do anything to those guys or the lizards. Look at the lizards. What are they? They're frogs. No, they're lizards, right? Are they lizards or frogs? Lynn's gone to the heights to ask to extend the site. With the boss gone, the wind's gone out of our sails when it comes to digging. It's not... Oh my god. It's not such a bad thing. Lifting boxes, crates and barrels is my area of expertise, but shifting their old stones, at the slightest pitch and roll, everyone's knees are quaking. Anyway, I was getting used to the idea of working with archaeologists, making myself useful again, and already the work's dried up. I doubt it'll start up again. I don't see how we can move forward. How about you? How are things in low tide? Is Dee Dee still refusing to go to school? Is this meant to be older messages? My love, I'm so happy to hear from you. We miss you so much, blah, blah, blah. Dee says, I'm homeschooling her, and I'm very much out of my depth. Do you remember the names of all the regions of the tower? I don't even remember learning them. I gave Dee a homework assignment about the old altar too, to keep her busy for a while. She's supposed to copy the design. I ended up going with her. It had been ages since I'd last ventured behind the village. I'd forgotten how dark it is, but you know Dee Dee, she's gutsy. She's enjoying diving into the past just like you. Speaking of which, have your archaeologists finally found out how tides work? They've been digging for a while now. Get it? That's a pun? But they have been digging. That's not really a pun if they are doing both. Is it still a pun if you're doing both, and both meanings, like, both make sense? Do you know when you'll be able to come back here? Alright. So that's it. This is just like a little vignette. It's not actually progress. And I guess you could just chase the lizards, I guess. Kinda cool. Kinda not necessary for progress. I don't even think you're going to be able to upgrade anything in this game. I think this is it. Like, we've got all the stuff that we've got. And you just have to, like, continue playing. I don't think we need to go down into the cave either, right? Because that's a broken ladder. I don't even think my rope is long enough for that. Let's just keep going up. Let's just keep going up. We got that power, and I think this was the gate that was holding us back. Was not being able to get up here. And now that we can get up here, we can go to the next area. Climbing's really fun. I can't, like, stress enough how fun the climbing is. I might New Game Plus this game at some point! Oh my god. Why would you play a game like Only Up or fucking Jump King when you can play something like this that's actually fun? Like, it doesn't look like shit. Like, I don't know, man. Apparently you can't even buy Only Up anymore because the dev got so stressed. It's kind of what happened with, what was that other game? Flappy Bird, right? Remember when the Flappy Bird guy removed it from the store because he couldn't handle the stress, and people were selling phones that had Flappy Bird on it? God. Maybe I'll let out some more slack, and then I can make it that way. There we go. Whew. I like that he's back in the backpack. He needs to go... He needs to get off my shoulder and into the backpack where he's safe. I feel bad for him. Like he's gonna fall. Oh. Is this the door that they were talking about, that they couldn't work out how to get inside? I don't quite understand it either. I don't understand what it is. There's like a ball. There's a tunnel. Sure. There's no way up and out of here. There's no way down and around. Maybe this is just to show you what you're gonna see later. Man, here I am enjoying an indie game that I mocked. I feel so bad. I remember saying this looks like shit, and it looks like it's gonna control really bad, and it controls beautifully. It has better controls, more intuitive controls than like 90% of games. Super intuitive, that's like the word. Like, look at this. It feels like how Shadow of the Colossus felt way back in the day. When you first played Shadow of the Colossus and you're like, wow, I'm using my grippers to grip on the dude. to grip on the big grimace. Feels really good. These ballast tanks or something. Look at this game. Oh yeah. That symbol outside was just showing me this, right? It was just showing me the thing that lights up. This needs a photo mode so badly. I wonder what the gallery thing... Oh. Each morning the waves carry in the day. For as long as we remember, we dance. Dance of tides. Cool. So this generates handholds for you to climb on. Very cool. I wonder what the speedrun will look like for this game. If they'll come up with some type of glitch that just sends you flying up into the air. I'm never gonna mock another indie game that's shown off at the Summer Game Fest or the Game Awards ever again. I keep talking about the Game Awards because I'm actually so fucking hype. Like, I'm ridiculously hype. I have a bingo board I'm making. Like a 5x5 bingo board, and it's the most unhinged bingo board ever. Some of the squares are just pictures of people's faces. It's fucking great. It's gonna be so good. Ugh. Every year though, whenever I try and capture something like an awards ceremony, something goes wrong. Like, it either lags when I'm trying to capture the browser, or, you know, it lags when I'm trying to do playback. Like, if I'm trying to window capture or desktop capture, and I'm running like a 1080p video, something about my PC just doesn't like it. Something about a 3070 and a 5600X just can't do it. I think we go left first. This doesn't really feel like a game that's going to introduce any new things though. So I don't think there's going to be anything new to help me get up there. Like, maybe there'll be some upgrades. Like how we could make the chime to get handholds. But I don't think I'm gonna get like extra pythons or a double jump. This is the bar that they were talking about in the first letter. Wow. Cool. It would be cool if we could get that cairn up there. I don't think that helps. I think that's just if you want to like backtrack and whatever. I don't think that actually goes up. Huh. How do you get this cairn? Maybe up there and then swing across? Or... yeah, maybe you wait and you get it later. There's another big locked door. Doesn't do anything. shit. Oh, oh, wait, we rope physics now. We rope physics. Look at this. Yeah, boy. Last of Us Part 2. Oh, fuck. Oh, I was trying to rope physics my way across. I don't think it works like this. Does it? It do, look. Rope physics. Alright, let me get out of this. Yeah, there we go. There's nothing to grab onto over in that side. Like, there's literally nothing to grab onto. So I think I need to place a python just on the wall, like this. And then just keep doing that until I get across. Oh, maybe up a bit. Can't really get any momentum going. Hey, boy. We did it. Look at them pythons. I wish I could T-pose or like something. This game's great. Play this game. Tell your friends. Use mods to get photo mode and spam it on your Instagram. Where was I actually going? This brought me up this far. This is it, right? This is like as far as I got. Oh shit. Let me just go back down. I don't know. Oh, I'm going to the right. Yep. Okay. Oh fuck. I'm so bad at this. Oh my god. Right. I don't think there's anything over to the right. I can't see anything immediately, so maybe we just keep going up. Gotta place a python. So good though. Like, just the controls are really nice. The system's really nice. Fucking nice game, dude. Oh, I don't need the python anymore. I was trying to swing to the side. I don't need to. I can just jump. Climb up. Mushroom houses. Look at these things. Interact with your companion? What? trying to bounce the camera against the wall so I can see him better. He's a little guy. He's not cuter than the rot from Kenna Bridge of Spirits, though. Kenna Bridge of Spirits has the cutest companion of all, and that's just it. I think you can use this to get to that cairn easier. Oops.
Auntie Ida, you have to talk to them. I want to go on an expedition to the desert too.
I think this is the, when it's on this paper, it's like the older stuff, right? Like this is before people started leaving. Because it says expedition to the desert rather than actually abandoning the place and going. Everyone always says I'm too young, I don't care. Nil's going, and he's only a bit bigger than me. Plus he's mean. I have to stay at the port gathering stinky old seaweed, and see, there's still water at this point. I'm doing my homework. I bet cleaning the canals with you would be more fun. I want to see what else is out there, but my parents never want me to leave the village. Can you talk to them, please? Haha, OD, believe me, sweetie, you wouldn't have much fun scraping the pipes of the Great Basin, that's for sure. You won't like what I'm going to say, but be patient. You have plenty of time to grow up. We'll be sailing off to the plain soon enough. See, sailing off to the plain. There's no water to sail on, though. Sorry to have to tell you this, but we have no choice but to go with your parents. So best not to quarrel with them in the meantime. I don't fancy crossing the plain with three scowling faces. Your favorite auntie. Alright. Look at the fat hamster pig. Look at him go. Yeah, they need to give you the ability to kick that thing. And like maybe a mini game where you like just boot them off the map. Like just give you a button, you just and like fire them into the distance. Right? Moving sail, carabiners, fishhooks, sound shells. To give away or swap for provisions, repairs and mending, nets, harnesses, bubble stitch, sand stitch, any type of knitting, ask for a Neo. Lost medallion, shiny round, is not valuable, but I'm sad it's gone. Reward, cake. Job wanted, housework and pebble sitting, choco sitting and babysitting. I wonder which one's a pebble. A pebble sounds like a big animal, right? Because you could ride on them. Accepting all vertical work, renovating, decorating, drywalling. Volunteer wanted for expedition to the clouds, seeking hope and water. Join us at 12 octaves, Becca and Arlo's farm, Highfield. Dude, they're all going to that farm. Pebble shuttle service to Fumarolia Oasis. Can bring small bundles, letters, packages, no animals. A choco could be that little shit. The one that I'm like chasing around. It looks like a pig. It could be a choco. Look at him. Come here, bitch. Come here. Look at him go. He's got like a curly pigtail, and he's got those ears that look like, what's that type of mouse that has ears like that? It's like a desert mouse, and it has ears that have like tendrils. Like, they're kind of gross looking when you think about it, but, you know, you just don't think about it. How do I ride this? Whee! There's another pig. Imagine just kicking them like, and just knocking them into the distance. It'd be so much fun. Then at the end, you can have a thing that says pigs kicked. Alright, Brella Gazette, issue 43. 9 octaves and 1/3 after the Jusant. So an octave might actually be a year, maybe. In this issue, we'll be looking at the creature that gave this near cyclical publication its name. Brellas. Not an umbrella? They come up before in our issue on endangered tunnel wildlife, and in our special edition inhabitants of the Great Reservoir. We've never dedicated an entire section to them. It's high time we rectified that. Brellas are best known for their slow, majestic flight. However, they begin their lives clinging to rocks in this first stage of their life cycle. They resemble flowers known as shrinklets. From within the shrinklets comes sparks, small glowing creatures that fly through the darkness of the cave. We've seen sparks, right? And tunnels and groups. How many octaves does it take for a spark to grow into umbrella? How long do umbrellas live? Has anyone ever seen one die? Much has been forgotten about umbrellas despite them being witnesses to the tower's ancient past. At the time of writing, they've almost completely disappeared. We only know about sparks from children's stories. They're said to kidnap naughty children. The shrinklet sightings are exceptionally rare, only occurring in the remotest tunnels. In the following pages, we've attempted to piece together some facts about them. Did you know, based on the information we've gathered from the teams of water surveyors, who sometimes encounter these creatures on the maintenance rounds, and who we are very grateful to, being near sparks makes you feel weightless, so be sure to behave yourself, kids. Let's hope that the drop in activity in recent cycles will give shrinklet sparks umbrellas peace and quiet and the space they need to thrive. I think we have seen the sparks, right? I think we did see some. Maybe? More reading! What do I look like? A book? Oh my god. I hate reading. This octave, we are celebrating the safe return of the Expedition 34 to the port. Expedition was led by Corey, who once again braved a horizontal world. We are proud to welcome these children of low tide, who are returning with a priceless treasure back. So, the low tide, the tide goes out. It's not that there's been a disaster and the tide is gone forever. The tide goes in and out, and we're just like here when it's low tide? I don't know. Members of Expedition 34, descendants of the celebrated Her, Iga, and Ime, who were the first to adventure out onto the Great Plain in search of the Lost Oceans, walked further than ever before. It says Lost Oceans. I don't even know. Finally being able to find a new spring after numerous failed expeditions. A fresh start for many villagers who've been waiting their turn since the furnaces and Fumarolia Oasis hit their population limits. I think it's furnaces, right? And Fumarolia? Furnaces? I don't know. A welcome reception will be held next sleep. The collective of former expeditionaries has made its best seaweed pie. Bring your own beverages. Alright, no more reading. Let me play the game a bit. As if it's like forcing me to read. What is this? A big carrot. Ooh, caustic lighting. Look at that shit. If you had a lamp that made that pattern on the roof, you could sell that for like $400. I'm not even kidding. Like, if you actually come up with something that makes a caustic light on the roof that isn't just a static thing, it's worth a lot of money. I didn't realize how difficult it was to make caustics in, like, interior lights until I started trying to look into it because of Blade Runner. You'd think you just, like, get a projector or get a light and have, like, water inside it that like gets hit with turbulence. Nope, not a thing. There's hardly anything that actually makes caustic lights in a lamp. There's a crappy one from China that you get on like Alibaba or whatever you call it. Is it Alibaba? What's the name of the website? The big Chinese one. Fucking Temu. Anyway, point being, there's basically no caustic lights that you can buy that are actually good. There's a guy in Japan that makes them for 500, and they only do a small part of the ceiling. And the ones from Temu do like quite a big area. Like they can do I would say they do like an 8 by 8 foot area with only about a 3 foot like throw, but it's the same pattern over and over again, and it's only like a 10-second cycle of pattern. For the movie Blade Runner, they actually like suspended, not suspended, but they had a stage surrounded with real water, and then they had lights underneath the water shooting through the water, and then they moved the water using like, you know, motors to disturb the water. And that's how they did all the caustic lighting scenes in, oh god, what's his name? Fucking Jared Leto, right? In Jared Leto's office in Blade Runner 2049. Like, they actually had to just fill the place with water. There was no way to do it practically without, like, actually doing it for real. There was no way to just get, like, projectors that played video of caustics or, you know, simulated 3D renderings of caustics on projectors. So there was no way to do it. It just looked like shit. Anyway. It's like, it's really like a thing. The guy that makes the Japanese ones uses, you know the thing inside a humidifier that like moves? That humidifies? He uses those, and it's a tiny little thing. It's like a, imagine like a flashlight, like a household flashlight. It's about that size area. If you could make something like that made like the whole ceiling, you'd be a millionaire. Like, it's so difficult to do. It sounds so easy, but you need to have something that randomly oscillates the water. Like, randomly does it in slow, as well as light shining up and through the water, because if you bounce it off the top, it doesn't do the same effect. It's not as good. And the bulb needs to be strong enough to actually do it. It's so difficult. It's super difficult. When they were doing Blade Runner 2049, they did tests with projectors, and they were just like, no, these look like shit. And they were using, not Unreal Engine, they were using some other, like, engine that I've heard of. It wasn't like Blender or anything like that. It was like a specific game engine to make these waves. It wasn't Unity either. He talks about it in an interview. And then they just had to just build it. They were just like, okay, we're gonna get these huge lights. They're like super high power. We're gonna put them underneath the stage. Have the stage and the water pool above like the floor of the warehouse or wherever they were filming it, like the sound stage. And then just shoot the lights through. Just have to do it that way. Whereas what they thought they were gonna do is just like put a couple of LED strips underneath the edge of a pool, like a shallow pool. No, can't do it. Doesn't work. The gaps between the lines in the caustic lights are too close together unless the water is like a big body of water and the light has to be a certain distance away. So the issue is like if you do a desktop one, like say one the size of like an Amazon Alexa, right? Or an Echo, I should say. You can't do it. There's not enough distance between the light and the water, and the water doesn't have big enough crests and dips to really like make it properly. It just looks like shit. It's like, it's really difficult. I was fucking obsessed with it for like a month, and I spoke to the Japanese guy on Instagram that makes the lights. His are expensive because he 3D prints every single part, and then he like solders every single part, and they're not even that good. Like, they're good, but they're not that good. Not for $400, $500. Not at all. Anyway, logbook, 12 octaves and 1 prime after the Jusant. What is a prime? Usually just getting to low tide from my old lighthouse is an expedition for me. It's hard to believe that this time the adventure was just getting started. At the meeting point, I found myself waiting with Mete, a young woman from these parts. Well, younger than me. Anyway, her parents have already left. But like other people our age, she wanted to stay. That made ripples with the older generation leaving the family nest is no easy thing. I don't know Mete well, but we already have something in common, the widening gap between us and our parents. She seemed relieved to see me. For once I was lost for words, smiling awkwardly and still red from the exertion of getting there. With my pack all undone and my hair sticking up every which way. Probably. Nice one, Bianca. Not socially awkward at all. But I was just as relieved as she was to know I wouldn't be setting sail alone. To my surprise, Old Soul joined us too. I don't think we've exchanged the word before now. Will an old schooner? A schooner like him be able to keep up? Ever since I was little, Soul's always been the old hermit who lived up on high. He used to scare me. He would come down to the port sometimes, like a spider sliding down a silk thread. The other kids and I would have fun running away, screaming at the sight of him. Even now, my knees started quaking as I saw him lumbering towards me. He's a guy who can slide down like a spider on a silk thread, right? But he can also lumber towards them, and he's also old and creepy. He's like 3 different descriptions that don't quite match. We set off as a group of 3 since no one else came to join our crew. Soon realized I'd been worried for nothing. Soul led the way, an odd figure with nimble feet. See, he's nimble feet, but he's also lumbering. Who climbs the cliffs with amazing ease. Matt follows behind, brewing with energy. Suddenly I feel like the old one, Bianco. Cool. I had an idea for an L-shaped caustic light thing that would cast caustic light from like waist level around the upper section of a room. And I think it would work, but I can't be fucked like investing the time and effort into doing it. It's hard to explain, but I've genuinely put in so much effort. So much time looking into this. There almost seems like no way to do it other than just having a pool in the room, right? If you want to have a pool in your bedroom, that's the only way to do it. Wow. I don't think I want to go out there yet though, right? I want to search here first. The other thing is sound as well. Like, if you were to use something like an aquarium pump and have the voltage be varied so that the amount of water displaced was varied, and have it set itself to random voltages like every half a second, so that the water would be disturbed in a natural looking way, you're gonna have a really noisy pump. Like, it's gonna be noisy whether you like it or not. There's the cafe down there, right? Have we been down there? We have, right? Fuck. I'm forgetting where I've been. We've been to the village. We're leaving now. I think what we should do is light up this flower, grab onto it, and just use this as a safety to get up. If you could come up with a kit that clicks on to like an existing lamp that's easily purchased. If you came up with like a kit for what is this? A fucking sponge? Look at it. If you came up with like a kit for an IKEA light that people could buy and stick on, you would sell like hundreds, if not thousands. It's something people genuinely want, and it's just impossible to find it. The TikTok Alibaba, you know, AliExpress, that's what it is. The AliExpress ones are terrible. They're basically the sunset lamps, and then instead of the color shifting filter, they have a filter that has a caustic pattern on them. Like a gradient fill caustic pattern with lines. So as it spins, it just projects the exact same thing over and over. There's no way out of here, right? I guess I'll keep my thing on. It kind of looks like a turtle's head, and that's the eye. Or maybe it's a lizard. So I guess we're looking for that outside here somewhere. So that we can activate it. Whoever said this game's 3.5 hours is lying. I've been playing this for at least an hour, right? And we only have 1 out of the 5 things. Grabbing onto it's the most fun way. It's like a broken egg. Damn, I think that's the worst fall I've had so far. These vertical or horizontal climbing sections were the worst part of Tomb Raider. They were only in shadow and they were really, really bad. I kind of hated them, to be honest. I felt like jumping up over the ledges was also very awkward, and then there was even parts of the game where it made you shoot like this. It was like, fuck off. Like, this system's clearly not fun. If you're gonna use it for some puzzle solving and, like, not combat. Hello? You're meant to be able to press square to, like, open that thing out. Huh? I don't need it. Unless I want to, like, come back, but... Is this meant to be the noise of the archaeologists? There we go. It's because that's triangle and then the conch shell is also triangle, so it was only letting me do one of them at a time. Oh, I need to be latched on to jump. Yep, I need to be hooked on to something. It's kind of silly, but it works. What the fuck? He's meditating on my head. What the fuck, dude? What? Oh! That's how you find where the circle is that you're going to. You meditate with him on your head. It didn't tell me that, right? That's how you find where the circle is. Cool. Alright, GG. Liza P can fuck off. This is game of the year. Letters.
Pardon me, but I noticed I stopped receiving my newspaper.
Is there anything I should do? Could this be an oversight on your part? While I'm at it... it's the old man, Sol Keke. Sol Pepe. I should mention I really enjoyed your article on the Choco. Greetings, as you know, there isn't enough water left for the postal relays to function. Oh my god, I had to cough. Too few pebbles available to deliver the paper in good conditions. Because of this, the voice of the Ravines team has decided to cease publication. Although our desire to inform our readers is stronger than ever, we haven't yet decided what form our daily paper will take in light of the new situation. Thanks for your feedback on the show. I've always enjoyed covering that event. Let's hope we can get an opportunity to discuss it again one day. When there's no war, everything seems so fragile, doesn't it? Wow. Is the point of this game global warming bad? It is, right? It's gotta be. I don't think anybody actually argues that global warming is bad or good. I think most people just argue that it exists or doesn't. I think that's like the big debate. Right? When I was playing Gears of War, we talked about it a bit. And I looked up what people were saying, the people that didn't believe in global warming, what they were saying. And pretty much everything they say has been debunked. And when I say pretty much everything, there are some things that scientists actually don't know, but it's not enough to explain the temperature change. It wouldn't be like as much. That was the thing that, like, you know, climate change deniers say that the temperature is always changing and that, like, you know, the planet goes through cycles. There's like a couple of degrees that we can't really account for, but it's nothing major, and it's over millions of years that those changes happen. That's a big whale. That's a big old whaley. Look at him. Look at this little guy. Let me see if I've missed anything. Nope. So, in the night, the stars tell tales, the firelight warms us, we laugh, we dream of stories of days to come and days gone by. At your sides, I want to stay. With you, adventure is never far away, ready to draw us into the fray. Oh, at your sides, I want to stay. Don't send me away, I pray. Is the little guy on my back a small version of whatever the fuck that big fucking thing is? Is this little guy at the end of the game gonna save the planet by turning into like a big water creature that brings the tides? Or maybe that's why we're trying to find water, because we need some place to put him. Maybe he needs water. Look at him. He's a little guy. It is actually really cute. He looks a bit like a tardigrade with like... He shakes his ass, dude. What a guy. What a guy. When I first saw this game, I kind of thought it looked like Sable. I might have even made a joke that it was like Sable. Because I, like, didn't like Sable at all. I thought it sucked. But, I don't think this is like Sable at all. It has way more gameplay than Sable. And I think it's going to be much more concise as well. Like, if the game's only a couple of hours, even if you go for 100%, I could definitely see this being nothing like Sable. It was so long, dude. The only thing to do in Sable was to upgrade your stuff and collect different masks, and you could basically beat the game once you had a couple of masks. A lot of the platform sections were really frustrating. They just seemed really jank, and then, you know, I would think to myself, is this how it wants you to do it? And then I'd look it up, and it was. I just didn't like it. Not my thing. I was actually convinced to play Sable by a video essay on the game. sat and watched like a 45-minute video essay and was like, man, that game does look good. Nope. I hate it. Sounds like the wood's gonna break, but I don't think it does. The game's too casual to have wood that breaks. More reading. Come on, game. Voice this shit. Pretty. I've never seen so many people coming down from the heights, and some are stopping in low tide. Maybe my situation's not so hopeless after all. The ocean provides for a patient heart, as my mother used to say. Maybe I'll finally manage to meet someone. It's been slim pickings here, apart from old Yom, maybe. He makes my heart flip with his dimples. What? She likes old Yom? I thought he was like a fucking lumbering, creepy ballerina Spider-Man who nimbly jumps up and down cliffs. My god. Calloused hands and his plaid shirts he always wears. Yom the baker? I hope you're joking. I can never tell when you're pulling my leg. Anyway, I'm leaving the tower too. Sorry, Bassa, I don't know how else to tell you. I wish we could clip our carabiners together like we used to before running around on the old pier. I wish I could convince you to come with me. But that's how it is. I'm crewing up with the neighboring village. They finally made me a spot on one of their pebbles. We'll see each other again somewhere down on the plain, won't we? Don't be angry with me, I miss your letters. Feels bad, man. Old John with his big dick. There's a door over there. I don't think it actually said Old John with his big dick, but I'm just gonna go with that. See if I can jump over there. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we can try. Almost. Come on. Come on. There's gotta be a way. Oh shit. I think I'm just tangling myself up. I'm not actually going anywhere. I'm just tangling myself up and like making a mess. Oh no. Oh no, my pythons. Oh, fuck. Let me back over. I fucked up. I regret it. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. I think I fucked it up. I think I have to climb back up to the top and then release the pythons. It is pythons. Pythons, right? It's not pythons. Because in Critical Role, they say pythons. They don't say pythons. Oh, fuck, how the hell do I get over there? I really want to go. I wish this didn't have a thing. I can't just jump out, stab a python into the wall and then go. I need to place something up here. With like a piece of smooth wall first, and then go down and swing. Maybe like this? This is promising. Hold up. Hold up, hold up. Hold up. Eee. Fuck. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. You'd have to come from a lot. Oh. It's that. It's that. It's that. Retreat, retreat, retreat. The abseil of shame. Oh fuck, I can't get out. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Grab on, bitch. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this way. And then I just release my rope as I run and jump. And then swing, get close enough, python, and swing again. Can't grab onto this ledge yet. It's not even a door. It's a fucking closed door. It's a real fake door. It's not even a real door. Why the fuck am I here? Oh my god. It's a real fake door. God, I love video games. This game is great. Actually, genuinely great. Not even memeing, not even for a second. I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. I almost wish that it was more risky and had like deaths, so you could fall to your death, and I wish it was like more free, so it was like Spider-Man, you could just do random shit. But then it wouldn't be the same game. There should be another big circle soon. No? I don't want to miss one. Look at this little guy. There it is. Big old circle. It looks different from the other one though. That one's filled in. Oh, she put her sunglasses on. Yeah, it's telling me to go up there. This is an adventure, alright. I mean, fine. This is the logs. This is the notebook from the girl in the lighthouse, right? The one who explored the deck. Your deck and hold with the fingers. You still haven't strayed off the beaten path. But for me, this is huge. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I think I needed this. To feel the rocks under my hands, to experience something out of the ordinary, to move. I'm getting to know my companions better, though our chit-chat mainly revolves around which route to take, to which expedition, to join the expedition. Mate and Sol are already getting along like a house on fire. They can probably hear us laughing all the way down on the salt plain. By embarking, see, salt plain, so there's no tide at this point when they're going up, when they're climbing up. By embarking on this journey, Sol wants to try to return to the world of yesterday, and Matt wants to save the world of tomorrow. As for me, I can just make it to the meeting point alive, I'll be happy. I never dared leave home before now. Well, leave for real, without my parents. But I dreamed about it, having incredible adventures, finding a new port to call home. Anywhere but low tide. I never really felt like I belonged there. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. Spent too much time dreaming of far-off places. But what is there for me back in low tide, apart from empty houses and questions without answers? It was high time to give something else a try. For me and Matt, climbing's usually... Dude, even with the dyslexic font, my eyes are going together. Climbing's usually something we do when we have no other choice. To say we hesitate each time we have to launch ourselves into the open air with only a rope securing us is an understatement, but we encourage and belay each other. For Sol, it's a different story. He sets the route with incredible ease. He tells us about how he used to climb as a kid to gather seaweed with his parents. That was just before the Jusant. So the Jusant could just be years. But I suppose it's more than years, right? Because it's only been 12... What did they say? 12 queefs? 12 octaves and 1/3 after the Jusant. So maybe an octave is 5 years, so it's 60 years ago. And that would mean that this guy was a kid, maybe like an 8 or 9-year-old or 10-year-old Yeah, I think an octave is like, it can't be 8 years. Because that would be 100 years. That would be like 103 years ago. Because a third of an octave, if an octave was like 10 years. And it's not 12 years. It's not 8. Because that would be 96 years. Plus whatever a third is. So like 96 point... whatever. No. Yeah, like 100 point whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It has to be about 5 years in an octave. Anyway. Just before the Jusant, another era. Since then, we've seen the drought slowly transform the tower into desert. Sol reminds me of the sailors from the stories you sometimes hear. The ones who can't get used to the inertia of the tower after spending their lives on the waves. Sol himself is definitely ungainly when it comes to walking, which terrified us as kids. When he climbs, he's as nimble as the saw I tried to carve. Oh look! The saw. It must be the name for the little lizard guys. And that's why he had 2 different descriptions, because he's nimble when he's climbing, and when he's walking, he walks like a lumbering mess. Kinda like how when sailors come into shore, or when somebody's like been on horseback for a long time. Accessing your companion, you'll be able to see the next objective as well as some collectibles. This little fucker isn't helping me find any collectibles. Look at this guy. This guy isn't helping at all. More of those locked doors. Alright. It is midnight. I am actually gonna draw tonight. I haven't drawn anything since essentially midnight on Halloween. I haven't drawn anything in 4 days. Absolutely no word of a lie, have not drawn a single line in 4 days. And it's the first time I haven't drawn anything in like over a month. Way over a month. This seems like a good enough stepping off point though. Like I know where I'm going, it's pretty clear. Wow. So these are Bianca's journal entries and we haven't missed a single one. And then we've missed 1 or 2 letters. But that's fine. And I think these are the Gazette, like old ones, right? And then these are the new ones. I'd say we're about a third of the way through the game, or a quarter of the way through looking at these letters, but I think we're maybe more. Like, this looks like I'm about a quarter and a bit through. But the game's apparently only 3.5 hours if you just, like, gun it to the end. It's not long. Alright. Anyway. Auf Wiedersehen. Look at those big shells. Look at the heat shimmer. There's a heat shimmer in the distance. They really need to put a photo mode into this game, I swear to God. It's too good not to. Like, it looks really nice. Why wouldn't you put a photo mode in this? Especially if they added one with like a bunch of color filters. I can see that being really cool. Alright, I'm out here. Auf Wiedersehen. Tomorrow, finish Jusant, which might be the entire stream, depends how long there is left. And then I got a bunch of other shit I want to play. I'm trying to postpone going back to Scarlet Nexus. So I downloaded a bunch of other stuff, like Dead Space Remake. Dead Space Remake is definitely high priority on the list. Lower priority is Deathloop. The Surge. And then there's a game called Murderous Muses, which came out this year. Murderous Muses is made by the same people, Deveki Studio. Deveki Studio that made The Shapeshifting Detective and... what was the other games? The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker, Shapeshifting Detective, Poe and Monroe. Like, it should be really good. apparently it's a replayable murder mystery where every single time you play it, it's different. And it's endlessly playable, which probably means you can play it 2 or 3 times. But I've heard it's more puzzle heavy than the other ones, and it's not just sitting talking on a couch for like 7 to 8 hours. You actually have to solve puzzles actively in order to get clues and then solve the murder, which is different every time. So the clues that you get pertain to different people. It sounds interesting. It's an FMV game, so it's got like live action video. So it should be top cringe. But I think I want to finish Jusant first, and then maybe Dead Space Remake before that as well. Alright, if you're just in, good night. Good night. Good night.